Welcome! In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this WAVLINK Thunderbolt 5 multifunction docking station. So this is provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost anything extra. So we have some specs listed on the front here. Has two Thunderbolt 5 80 gigabit and 120 gigabit, one Thunderbolt 5 80 gigabit 100 gigabit, and power delivery 30 watt. One Thunderbolt 5 host with 140 watt charging, 4 USB-A 10 gigabit per second ports, one 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, and one SDTF 4.0 port. We also have some features listed on the back. So this comes with the dock, Thunderbolt 5 cable, power adapter, screwdriver, quick start guide. This works with Windows 11 or higher, macOS 14.6 or later with the M chip, compatible with Thunderbolt 5 for USB 4 and USB 3. So let's get this open. And this box is quite heavy. I'm guessing that's the power supply. So here's the dock, and the dock has some heft to it. Here's a link for downloading drivers. It's compliance information. Here we have quick start guide. Looks like English is on these two pages. So it says plug into power, connect the host, has a cable holder on it. This shows the different ports. So we have a combo audio jack, micro USB reader, USB-A, Thunderbolt 5, status indicator power switch, has Kensington lock, more Thunderbolt, more USB-A, Ethernet, and DC in. Now for displays, this can have an extended display on the Mac, or you can have triple display on Windows. Now on a Mac you can mirror your display, and then it has the resolutions on here. So for single display it supports 8K 144 Hz. For dual display it supports 8K 60 Hz on Windows and 6K 60 Hz on Mac. And then triple display it supports 4K at 144 Hz. So this is the power supply and cables. So it has a pretty good sized power supply because it supports 140 watt charging. So if we look at this, this outputs 230 watts. And there is a lot of weight to this. So plug into power there. Here we have the Thunderbolt 5 cable. This cable is just under 40 inches. And in this little bag here we have a keeper. So this way we can attach the Thunderbolt 5 cable to the dock. So let's get this open. So this has rubberized feet on the bottom. Here we have the ports, we have the headphone microphone, and we have SD and micro SD here. USB-A ports. This is your host connection. You can tell because it has a little threaded part above the port. This is the PD 30 watt out, so that would be good for charging a phone or an iPad. A power button, with vents on the sides, Kensington lock, more Thunderbolt 5 ports, USB-A, and that 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. So very full featured on this. So let's plug this into power over here. And we'll plug the Thunderbolt 5 in the front. So we can use the keeper. I'll put this on. You just slip that over the connector. We'll plug it in. And then we can tighten this down. Okay, so that will keep that from becoming unplugged. So I'm going to connect this up to my MacBook Pro with M4 processor. Now this has the M4 Pro chip, so this supports Thunderbolt 5. So I'll plug this into the Thunderbolt port. I'll log in first. And I'll plug this in. And it's connected. It looks like it's on. So it wants me to give permission. I'll say allow. And now we're connected. So let's connect up some Ethernet. So this is actually a 10 gigabit, but it will support 2.5. So I'll plug that in the back here. And I'll go on my computer and I'll open up a speed test. I'll hit start. So I got 1800 down and 2400 up. Now this is 2.5 gigabit, but there could be numerous factors that would keep me from getting 2.5 gigabit. This speed test is hosted on a server on my system, and it could be running slow, or there could be other network traffic. But you can see we do have very fast network times on this. Next, I'll plug in this Thunderbolt 5 external drive. So I'll plug that into one of the Thunderbolt ports. I'll open up Blackmagic speed test. I'll select the target drive, and I'll run a test. So here we can see the numbers. So on this one, I typically get around 5,000 on write and 5,500 on read, and that's when I'm plugging the drive directly into the computer. And we're getting very close to that. Looks like we're getting 4,400 on write and about 4,500 on read. So I'm not really noticing a big drop by plugging this into the dock. Next, I have an external monitor. So this is a 4K monitor. It runs off the USB-C. The one cable supplies power and video. So plug that in. It's booting up. I'll go into my display settings and I'll swap this around. So now I have dual display set up. And as I said, this is a 4K display, so this is going to get smaller when I place this on here. Now on a Mac, we can have the dual display. On a PC, you can have a triple display. That's because Windows uses a different display technology. So we have these accessories connected up here. I can just unplug this here from my computer, and now I've stopped charging it, and this has been charging, and it disconnected my network. Now I should have ejected my drive. I did not do that. But I could take my laptop with me, say take it home for the night, come back to the office the next day, I plug in, and it's going to connect up all my accessories automatically. And it is charging up here. So I have a power meter over here, and it's drawing around 97 watts. And my battery percentage is about 73%. So if the battery is lower, it could charge faster. This also has an SD card reader, so I have an SD card here. I'll plug it in. I have the SD card in Blackmagic speed test. I'll start the test. Okay, so it started off real strong on the right, but the SD card was the limiting factor. But we did get 87 megabytes per second write on there, and we're doing a read test now, and we're getting around 90 megabytes per second read. So if you have lots of images on your SD card from your digital camera, you can plug it in there and you can transfer those very quickly. Now I've showed connecting external drive, SD card, display. We can even connect things like keyboard and mouse. So this keyboard and mouse has a single USB dongle, it's USB-A. I can plug that in, and I can use this with the computer. Again, when I unplug the Thunderbolt from the computer, it will disconnect everything. You could also connect up webcams and printers or flash drives. So that's the WAVLINK Thunderbolt 5 multifunctional docking station. This is a very versatile docking station since it supports Thunderbolt 5. You can connect up your high-speed hard drives, like so, and access those through the docking station. You don't have to connect them up directly to the computer. You can also have high-speed networking, high-speed SD card storage, but then you're also getting USB-A ports so you can connect up your legacy peripherals. I found this very easy to use. I just plug in power, plug it into my Mac, and it's ready to go. This also supports displays, and when I'm using this with my Mac, there was really nothing that I have to plug into my Mac except for that one Thunderbolt cable, and that is supplying the power and data to my computer. So I could have this mounted out of the way, plug it into my computer, and have a very clean setup. And this doesn't skimp on charging speed either. It supports 140 watt charging, and it can also charge a device at 30 watts like a phone or tablet. So if you're looking for a Thunderbolt 5 docking station without a lot of compromises, I think that's a great option. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.